Hey everyone, Jeff here from Films at Home, and today we've got to talk about bootlegs. Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the channel today for this video. As I said, I want to talk about bootlegs, specifically Blu-ray bootlegs, because I have been seeing those pop up everywhere recently. Now, whether I've been on Instagram, on Twitter, Facebook Marketplace, Mercari, any of these places, eBay, where I go and get involved in the physical media community and I'm looking to purchase physical media, I've been seeing so many bootleg Blu-rays. So a lot of you guys have been sending me these bootlegs in Instagram DMs or in emails and asking me, should I buy this? Is this worth picking up? Is this legit? A lot of you have been asking me, why don't you go and buy it? If you like Barbarian so much, go buy the bootleg. It's only $10. Go buy Prey, go buy True Lies, all these movies, and tons of TV shows too, like everything from Disney Plus, all the Marvel shows, all the shows from Hulu, like all this stuff is available as a bootleg Blu-ray at this point, and there's many people doing it. I'm not going to call anyone out. They're all over the place. Everybody's doing it because it's pretty easy to download a digital copy of a movie and burn it to a disc. But the reason I don't do it is because by doing that, I'm supporting nobody. I'm not supporting the filmmakers. I'm not supporting artists or other people who are involved in that project who want to continue to get work. I'm not supporting actors. I'm not supporting anybody when I buy a Blu-ray except for the person who made the Blu-ray. That's the only person I'm supporting, is whoever's making the Blu-ray, and they're taking all of that money home minus whatever their costs are, and it's not going back to anybody who's actually involved in the project. So to use a movie I really like as an example, Barbarian, one of my favorite horror movies of last year, it does not have an official physical media release, but I won't buy a Blu-ray release. What I did instead was I streamed it and then I purchased it digitally because I wanted to support the filmmaker. He's a young, up-and-coming filmmaker. This is his first movie. It was a big hit. I think he has a great future. I wanted to make sure that he understood people were supporting the project. And I know I'm just one person, but it matters. Every view, every download, every digital purchase matters. And so in that case, buying the bootleg gives him no credit. There's no tracking of that. Nobody knows that, 1,000 bootleg Blu-rays of Barbarian was purchased, and that means they should do more and do an official release. It's going to come out officially at some point, and I will wait for that. But in the meantime, I'm going to make sure to support it on all the official channels that I can, whether it be a digital purchase or a streaming service, so that the big wigs of the studios involved in this process and, who gets to make movies, who gets big budgets, they know that that movie is supported because they just won't see your bootleg purchase. It doesn't matter to them. It's the same with TV shows like The Mandalorian. If we all waited for a bootleg Blu-ray of season 1 and nobody watched it on Disney Plus, then nobody supported the project and we weren't going to get a season 2. They would have canceled it. But people did watch it on Disney Plus, and so it got season 2. I was one of those people. And it goes back to streaming and physical media collecting do not have to be mutually exclusive. You can buy physical media like me and be a huge supporter of it, but also realize that streaming is here. It's the now. It's not the future anymore. It is literally what's happening. Streaming and digital have won. And so I'm not just going to ignore that and not pay for a digital purchase of a movie that I can't access otherwise if I want to watch it, because I want to make sure my money is going back to the right people and not going to somebody that has no connection. And I know you're probably thinking, well, I stick it to Disney and I hate Disney Plus, so I'm buying the bootlegs and I don't care if they don't get my money. And the reality of that is it's not, you're not sticking it to Disney or Paramount or Warner Brothers or any of these companies, Netflix. They have plenty of money. They're not worried about that. But where it is going to hurt long term is if they do decide to do a physical media release and there have been so many bootlegs sold that the sales numbers of the official release go down. And that's not going to be sticking it to Disney. That's going to be sticking it to the small home entertainment physical media team at Disney, or the small team at Paramount, or any of these small labels that do this work. That's the only team you're sticking it to. Disney doesn't care. If they put out Barbarian and it's an official Blu-ray release and it only sells 5,000 copies because there have been so many bootlegs and nobody supports the official release because they've all had it on their shelves for 6 months, then they're just going to say, well, that was a failure. We're not going to do that again. There'll be no physical media. So that's really my thing is I want to go through official channels, whether it be a digital purchase, whether it be watching it on a streaming service, whatever it ends up being. be a number for those filmmakers. Like, make sure you have your voice heard, because buying a bootleg does not have your voice heard. And you know what? If you want to buy it, who am I to tell you what to do? Like, you certainly can buy them. It's not legal. I would not do it. Morally, I would not do it, but I know people are going to do it. All I would ask is that if you do it, if there is an official Blu-ray release or physical media release in the future, that you also buy that. Because if you don't, then all you're doing is harming physical media as a whole. And I know you think you're supporting it by buying bootlegs and putting these movies on your shelves and trying to show like, hey, there's interest in this. Look, we're buying bootlegs. You should officially release it. But if you don't go out and support the official release, then all you've done is hurt the industry, and you've hurt this market, which is very small and shrinking and needs every single dollar it can get. Literally, when people say like every vote matters, every purchase matters, even if it's just one. Every purchase matters in the bottom line when they're looking at physical media, because it's one of the first things that's been cut down when they look at cutting costs. So that's it. Those are my thoughts. I know this is probably going to get the comments section riled up, and I realize bootlegs have been a thing for as long as movies have been a thing. I know that there were bootleg laser discs out there and VHS tapes and of course DVDs, and there's still millions and millions and millions of these. Honestly, none of it ever really helped the market. It did help keep some forgotten films alive on formats like VHS, and that was all pre-digital. But in a digital world where this stuff does exist in some capacity, that's one thing. If you can go support it, please do on the platforms it exists on. If it doesn't exist in any capacity, well, you can make your own decision there. But I just hope that when they officially release it, you do the right thing. You buy that release as well. But those are my thoughts. So that's it. That's my little mini rant. That's how I've been feeling about it. So many of you guys have asked me in messages. You've been sending me links to this stuff, asking me what I think. And if it's not one bootleg company, so another one pops up and they change their name, it's always going to be there, and I recognize that. But I just wanted to make sure I had my thoughts out there officially on the record, so you guys know where I stand and sort of get my perspective. I'm not just being like a goody two shoes that I'm not going to buy these things. Like, there's that part of it, but I just want to support filmmakers and the creative people in this world, and bootlegs aren't doing it for me. So thanks for watching. If you do want more videos like this on physical media, movie collecting, home entertainment, please subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate that. Also, make sure to check out the Films at Home podcast. We got tons of interesting guests and interviews in this industry, collectors, all kinds of great topics. It's on all your favorite podcast platforms. You can listen or you can watch on YouTube as well. I got a whole playlist here and a new podcast tab on the channel. And of course, make sure you follow me on social media for all the latest and what's going on in my world. And thank you. We hit 20,000 Instagram followers recently, so that's awesome. And if you haven't joined me over there, that's a great place to see some latest, videos and short videos, reels, posts like that. So find me there, find me on Twitter, find me anywhere. I appreciate the support. But thank you for watching this video. I'm very curious to hear what you guys all think, and watch the comments. Stay civil. Be nice to each other. Remember, we're all doing this for the same hobby, but stay safe, stay healthy out there. Have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you all soon.